Destination Newry, it is the morning programme. I'm Rowan Hand. I have the joy of being your host every weekday from 7:30 in the morning to 10:30. Thomas Johnston is with me from the Newry and Portadown branch of the Inland Association, the Waterways Association of Ireland.
That's it. Yeah.
And we're talking about the Towpath Safari Cycle.
Yep.
Who came up with the name? It's a crazy name, isn't it? But it's a good
Well,
name.
I'll give you one guess.
Peter Maxwell.
Oh, no.
Oh, of course.
One more.
Oh, yes.
Geraldine.
The power behind the throne.
Power behind the throne, yeah.
But they're great,
Sort of.
yeah. It's a lovely thing to do. The concept is that we have bikes available.
Yep.
You tell me.
Well, the whole idea is, I think, created maybe by the Southern Health and Social Care Trust. And they provided containers at 4 or 5 destinations, 3 of which are along the Newry Canal. And inside those containers there's about 15 bikes. And their aim is to get people up and out of their comfy chairs like this one here.
Oh, yeah.
And yours, and out into something much more healthy and better for the mind. And that was their aim. Our aim, as you know, was to promote the canal.
Yeah.
And we thought the two went sort of nicely. Well, Geraldine thought that the two went nicely together.
Of course.
And she got us roped into doing cycle leaders training because you have to be a leader.
You have to be a leader.
To access these.
Can leaders
these
be
posts.
made? I thought leaders were born.
Well, I don't know. They're manufactured some way or another. And Geraldine and 3 others, we had our arms twisted up our backs as usual. And we ended up doing cycle leader training, passing our courses, and then out and about.
Should you not be relaxing and taking life easy now that you've retired from the onerous
Yes,
responsibilities?
I entirely agree with that, Rowan, but somewhere along the way,
Your wife pushed you out.
she pushed me out, and
She says, "Get out
Geraldine got
there."
the hold of me then instead. Sad, really.
There's a fundamental question that I, as a 71-year-old, can ask you. Is it hard to ride a bike?
No.
Do the legs not get sore?
The backside gets sore much more quickly.
Could we not get, McParland's over there have things called cable ties. Could we not get a hot water bottle, 3/4 full, and cable tie it to the saddle, and for a certain age group, have the saddle made of hot water bottle?
Well, you just bring your hot water bottle from bed. You know, there's no problem with that nowadays, these cold nights. But you can buy a gel seat.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, or you can buy cycling shorts.
Yeah.
If you want to look a bit...
Oh, my God, no.
Yes, you want to look a bit ridiculous.
What a good man you are. What a sensible man you are. Yeah.
No, I would say I'm more of a fool if I don't wear these things, because it does make life a bit easier.
To wear them?
Yes.
Does it? I suppose it does. Aerodynamic.
No, just a soft seat.
A soft seat.
A soft
which
seat,
would be
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah. If you got piles, it's even better.
Piles of soft seats would be the thing. Now, I'm on the safari with you. Where do we start?
We start this Tuesday.
No, where?
Where?
Yeah.
From the Win.
So I'm on my bike. I'm cycling along.
Well, you have to use the bikes that are provided.
Okay, we're using the bikes that are provided.
Because you've got all these insurance and health and safety issues.
So we're on the bike.
Yeah.
And you're leading the posse.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you stop
Well,
and say?
Geraldine has spent a lot of time writing out the history of the canal.
Wow.
And we stop at various places as we go along, and we have this history lesson.
Yeah.
It gives people a chance to rest their weary legs and a few other parts.
Yes.
And hear a bit about the canal, and at the same time get a bit of fresh air around them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exercise.
So give me a typical stop point. What would you be saying to me at do you go as far as Moneypenny's Lock?
No, we would go as far as Canal Wood.
Canal Wood. And where is Canal Wood
Canal
exactly?
Wood is between Jarrett's Pass and Gamble's Bridge.
Where's Gamble's Bridge?
Gamble's Bridge is between Jarrett's Pass and Points Pass.
But how far out in Newry is it? How far would one cycle?
Oh goodness, how far? It's maybe about 5 miles.
5 miles? Okay, that's
5 or
nice.
6 miles.
So 5 out, 5 back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds all right. That sounds all right. And what about Acton? Do you go as far as Acton? The Lock?
No, we haven't got as far as that from Newry.
Yeah.
But we've had cycle rides from Scarva.
Yeah.
And they also go to Canal Wood. Canal Wood seems to be a nice sort of midpoint.
Yeah. I remember doing a documentary. I can't remember what it was on, for television, and I filmed at Acton Wood, or Acton Lake,
Yeah.
which is the summit feeder of the canal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
At dawn, before dawn. And I used a particular sequence out of the grey of the morning in the new day, of a line of swans coming across the shot. And it was ghostly, because it was grey still. The day was grey. That's the way it was. I moved quietly and gently across that. It was an amazing moment, I tell you. And then, as dawn broke and the sun rose in the sky, the next thing I was aware of, filming the cobwebs on the flowers. And the cobweb was perfectly made, and the little orbs of dewdrops. And you could see the world, and we filmed the world through the dewdrop, and the colour of spark coming back. It was great. This reminds me of the wood you're talking about, the canal wood.
Canal wood, yeah.
What sort of stuff's in canal wood?
There's 40,000 pounds worth of upgrades.
What's upgrade?
Upgrades,
now? What's that mean?
Right? Pathways. They now have a raised pathway, a boardwalk, and you can walk around that. And there's a big area of boardwalk, huge area where you can stand. And if you want to put up your tripod, take a few photographs, plenty of room to do that. If you want to have a dance, you can have a dance on it. It's big enough.
Picnic,
barbecue, yep.
It's all there.
It's all there. And there was the creation of a nice new bench, which I told you about the last time, which has been set up at one of the entrances. It shows the history of the place, people who worked there, the railway, the canal. And we've just, within recent days, discovered a well.
Goodness gracious.
And they reckon this well goes back hundreds of years.
My goodness.
It's beautifully created from what we can see. It hasn't been totally opened up yet, but there's a pathway, stone pathway, curving down into it. So there's a bit of research necessary to find out, because there's a theory there's maybe a prairie out there at one stage.
Yes, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
There was another theory, it was created for the workers of the railway when they were constructing it. Not too sure about that one.
Yep.
But there's a lot of wells in the country, but it's the way this one has been built makes it unique looking.
How?
It's all stone, and this
lined
stone pathway, Yep.
My goodness.
Incredible looking thing.
Water good quality in it?
Haven't tried that yet.
Yeah,
No.
We used to make the canal tea, which was the water of the canal, boiled, demerara rum into it, half a lemon squeezed into it, brown sugar, half a dozen cloves. Sure.
If you could do that now, you'd always have a wee bit of effluent in it as well, couldn't you? Yeah, plenty of that going around too.
What is it called?
Effluent.
Oh, effluent! Yeah, absolutely. That was.
There's none of that. For it,
We're blessed, actually. We're clean water in the canal, and the thing is, the people. Well, yeah, sometimes. I remember doing a spot check when there was effluent in the canal, and I scooped it up with Graham out of Grounded, and we took it straight up knocked on the desk of the environmental people and up in the Daisy Hill Council. And we said, look, this was in the canal. Will you tell us what it is? Is it dangerous? To their credit, by 4:30 that afternoon, we had a call back saying it was normal, it was not dangerous, it was a consequence of the algae growth because of the weather. But this event that's happening, the canal water activity, there's a big festival of canal coming, and as you know, and it's triathlon in it, and they're going to swim in the canal, which is a very positive thing. Thanks be to goodness.
In recent weeks now, there's the website Get Outdoors Weekend coming up in the 20th and the 21st of September.
Fantastic.
And they have been in contact with us to see if we would run another cycle.
Wonderful.
And from memory, there's maybe an age awareness type week in October.
Yes, there is. There is.
And I think Geraldine's trying to get us roped into that as well.
Let's remind people of the next safari that's going to occur. When is it?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. What time?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Reporting to
the Wynn Industrial Estate.
And that's the place to be. Do you get a general sense, Tom, as you're looking around, or Thomas, please forgive me.
Tom.
Tom, is that okay? Yeah.
Aye.
Tom, as you're looking around the canal, do you get a sense that the glass or the water is half full, not half empty? That we're going places?
Well, if you take that attitude, you go nowhere.
No, but I'm saying, do you feel it's half full? It's going well?
Yes.
You're optimistic?
I think this last year we've moved on and hugely.
Wow.
We're hoping to go and see some of the government ministers in the coming days to see if they can provide some kind of funding.
Yes.
I see on our agenda for our first meeting next Monday night, if you fancy going to that.
Where is that?
It's going to be held in Asda, in Portadown, 7:30.
Okay.
And on the agenda there is the project for the damming of the summit. So that's an interesting one.
Now, what effect, we haven't much time left, but what effect will the damming of the summit have?
I would say it'll put water into the canal and make it more like a canal.
Oh, for goodness sake.
As much as anything.
So we'll be able to, not only will I be able to cycle from Newry to the Canal Wood, I'll be able to canoe to it.
Well, that's the hope. That's our intentions.
And that's a realistic
it is.
aspiration.
This last year, I've only been involved a couple of years, 18 months, and this last year things have moved on incredibly.
Yes, it's good. It's a good
So there's
feeling.
optimism, big optimism.
As it should be, because we're merely the keepers of the place, handing it on to our children and our children's children.
Yeah.
And the stories of how the canal was at the very centre, the epicenter of our industry.
Yeah.
When Belfast was but a pup, we were a strong, vibrant economy there.
Well, in Geraldine's notes, she has written in that Scarva was like an embryonic Birmingham.
My goodness.
So you're going back, obviously the time and things like that come into it, but Scarva and Points Pass were the forefathers of Manchester and Birmingham.
My goodness. And the Summit Canal, you mentioned Manchester, 1742 ours opened, we predate the Manchester Canal.
Well,
Did you know that?
Ours was the first Summit Canal,
First
apparently.
Summit Canal. But I think it predates Manchester. I believe that to be the case. And it's ongoing and good. The life and times of the canal safely in the hands of the Inland Waterways Association of Ireland, and we wish you good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
It continues very, very well. When do you think we might get that water into it? Is it a difficult struggle to get the damming done of the summit?
Oh, well, it's like everything else. It's all in the pipeline. It's difficult to say when.
Yeah.
It's all about getting people to move.
Yeah. Are they well disposed to it? The people you're talking about?
Well, that minister who came to see us in June, she seemed to be quite enthusiastic.
Yeah, and you told her what it was about.
Yes.
What it was about.
Of course, they all sound enthusiastic, but when it comes to opening their purse, that's when the problems start.
That's when the problems start, indeed. And I suppose it's not any easier. You see the cuts that are being put onto health and stuff like that. It's a bit hard to get money out of them.
Yeah, well.
But still, our health depends on a lot of things.
Well, that's just why we have these cycles, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Get you out and about, Rowan.
The saddles.
Yeah, well, if we have one in September, you can come, because it's likely to go from Newry as well.
That'd be good.
So if you come on it, we'll take you to Canal Wood if you haven't got there in the meantime.
Listen, thank you for coming in. I will get there in the meantime. I think I will.
You'll be surprised.
Dear friends, that's Thomas Johnston from the Newry and Portadown branch of the Canal, the Inland Waterways Association of Ireland. Very, very welcome he has been indeed. Wish you